welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is it. Game number 3, the final game of the series. Sync Esports versus Nullstone Gaming here in a best-of-3 winner bracket final. So, again, Nullstone, or more so Sync, having a little bit of fun perhaps with the last draft, trying something a little bit different. Didn't work out. Not to take away from Nullstone, because even in San Diego, they just got outplayed. But in the end, Sync perhaps going to take it a little bit more seriously now in what is the third and final game, especially when it starts with the draft. And we are already seeing that off the bat here, developing in pretty far into it with that said. So taking a look, once again, it was the initial bans of Midas, Tremble, Magnus, Warbeast. Dr. Repulsor picked up first by Sync. Responsive Moira, though, coming out for Nullstone, so we finally see that interaction there. Moira has been seen all 3 games, just so happens Doctor hasn't been. But anyways, point being, picked up here against it. Pebbles into Swiftblade. And there's Pyromancer into what is Cthulhuphon, actually, coming out here. So,
yeah, I like the draft, though, from Nullstone. First of all, the Moira. We worked last game, obviously, and in this game as well. It's going to be very, very useful because he's playing against Dr. Repulsor. And obviously, Swiftblade, again, very useful last game, but be useful this game as well because of the magic damage and sort of the magic presence here from the side of Sync. They were having quite a lot of problems actually killing the Swiftblade in the last game because all of their damage was magical. And as for the first 3 hero picks, the same trend follows here as well. So.
Indeed, the bans now developing here. We got Tempest into Chipper so far, Devourer into Tempest into Chipper. There's the Solstice ban coming out now. And one more on either side before figure out what next hero picks are going to be. And there's a Deadwood ban coming out from Sync. So, yeah, and Sandia seems like he's pretty quick when it comes to these picks and bans here. As of late, pretty confident with what they want to run and takes out that Deadwood option from the side of Nullstone. But yeah, Nullstone going with a lot of familiar heroes here, definitely. In fact, 3 so far, obviously, being the same. So, final ban now for Nullstone. And then the next tier picks here. So Sync Esports, again, keeping it simple, keeping it what they know best. They already got Mickey. Just look at that.
Yeah, he's been doing that whole game actually, or this draft anyway.
Yeah.
It's the couple of first bans and picks. So.
Well, it's pretty obvious that that wasn't one that got banned out. Just simply left on there, and so Insignia picks it up right away. Very likely going to be a jungle keeper.
Yeah, it definitely will be. So the last hero pick will be for Kizu in the offlane. So we'll have to wait and see what that is. Yeah, I mean, keepers, just, I think they just needed a jungler, to be fair, and the affiliate pickup, it just maybe wasn't something that they were looking to get. Prisoner pickup, though, as well. Oh, they can just go affiliate as well, I guess.
Okay.
All right. I mean, they have the ability to do so, though, because like, when Pebbles gets the portal key, that's kind of the initiation, and then obviously they've got the damage from Dr. Repulsor as well. So it will be Keizu, Keeper, and Ophelia as Labs. It's just wondering if Nullstone can really deal with like the push. I mean, I was talking about Moira, obviously, and how one weakness actually is the push, and it's just something that actually not a lot of teams really run it, actually. But you know, Sync being the case that they do run it, she has absolutely no counter push. And that's the one weakness of her. Not only that, they've got somewhat of a greedy draft with obviously Cthulhu and Swiftblade that also offer very minimal to the push. One fact that they do have, though, is Prisoner. Prisoner, sort of similar to sort of Solstice, is actually very good at defending pushes because you get one good hook, for example, and you have that initiation. You can burst the person down and handle it, and...
Interesting. Yeah, Nullstone picking up Salamon here. So we see Salamon twice in the same series, one on either team. Very interesting. Now, this is going to be a main farming Salamon. Yeah. Very likely. But yeah, if you're going up against a team that's going to be looking to team fight and push you early on, I don't know if that makes the most sense.
I think it kind of does, actually. Like, for 2 reasons. The first reason, we saw in the last game that Keizu, the hero has a lot of teamfight presence when you pick up the resto, and secondly, when you're playing in the short lane, obviously you're going to have a lot of farm, and you're going to get those items a lot quicker. For example, so for a normal carry that Bibabanger plays, he cannot really get involved in team fights at 20-25 minutes, for example, because he doesn't have the farm, he doesn't have the items to really be involved in team fights. But with Salamon, you're going to have crazy GPM, so you are gonna have those items,
Yeah.
and you can get involved in team fights. And I mean, as a general rule of thumb, team fight strats beat pushing strats, because obviously the pushing strats, in the case of Sync here, they're going to look to take towers, for example, and in team fight heroes, they want to take team fights kind of thing, and Sync will be playing into the hands of that, and just following that very general rule of thumb. Also, they have pretty decent team fight as long as they can get good enough Farmer Salomon to ensure that he has a Resto Stone before Sync start taking real objectives and a real advantage in this game.
Absolutely. So that is going to be interesting to see how the Salomon works out this time in that short lane farming potential, being played by Fuzzy Sloth. But once again, Beaver Pinger, playing the ganker here. Playing a little bit different. So obviously it worked out last game in the end. So maybe that's what they're kind of leaning back on. But yeah, for Sync Esports, no doubt it's even going to just be doing what you may have already planned to do, but even now as quickly as possible. Because again, you're almost on a timer in that sense. With that Salomon of wanting to, keep his farm from being able to be used eventually when the game picks up. Because you can take him at again, as you're pointing out, obviously level 6 of him, he could at least be of some use still. Even with a little farm that he could have, so have to look out for that. But here we go. Good luck, have fun indeed. And into the laning phase goes. I mean, you look at the lanes here. It doesn't look like anything's out of the ordinary, unexpected. Anything coming to you, or?
They're running the Pebbles Pyromancer bot, which is a little bit unordinary. It makes sense, though. They do not want to be handling the Prisoner dual lane. I think it would crush the Pebbles Pyro lane, but because, like I said before, the biggest thing is in most real Pebbles drafts is that Pebbles is the key hero. Make sure you get that portal key on him, and that's why they're running in the short lane, because they want to make sure he gets a good early portal key, and playing in mid is a risk that he won't, so makes sense here.
Yeah. So addressing it in that sense, so you saw there Dr. Pulser got pulled in, and again, level 1s right now. Not necessarily the biggest deal, but as the game picks up, we'll have to be a little bit careful about that.
Definitely. I mean, one thing's for certain, though, is that Nullstone, they have I think they've actually done better in terms of the laning advantage, though, because, like, Doctor running solo mid against, a Prisoner +1, they should be trying to take as much advantage as they can, and they have to punish this. I'm talking 2 or 3 kills onto Flensmeister, otherwise they're going to be in a real bad situation. Because like you put Doctor 1v2 mid, like that makes no sense. It's very, very poor, and they have to punish you, honestly. So I'm talking low GPM on Flensmeister and a couple of kills as well. Otherwise they're going to be in a little bit of bad position.
Swift play, taking some good pressure here. He had a ward of sight, though, spotting Ophelia coming over, so he's able to fall back easily in time before being in too much of a dangerous situation. Quincy was pointing that out last game too. I mean, again, it's pretty obvious that Sync was playing a very unfamiliar. Only one of the players had played the hero once before, so clearly just all over the place as far as their player-hero combinations. Did not work out in the end, so now they're back to what they are comfortable with, as we see here. Swiftblade actually puts out the spin. Good job with the juke of the stun for Pyromancer. Actually baiting out the spin, and this could be something here. Double's going in, Stalagmite's going to hit. This should be a kill, right? Yep. One more auto attack, gets the kill. No chuck if you need to. Look at that patience from Mickey. Why not? Yeah. Why waste the mana if you don't need to?
Yeah, and that's one thing with short lane Pebbles as well. You have a lot more kill potential than most other carries, because Pebbles isn't really a carry at the end of the day. But I mean, it's a little bit obviously quite annoying, obviously for the ringer here, because really, like when you play Swiftblade, particularly against sort of heroes like Pebbles, for example, you shouldn't be dying because you have that magic immunity, and that just him being a little bit overconfident with his positioning, unfortunately, got punished.
Yeah, he did. Top lane, I assume Salomon's having a pretty good time. 15-2. Keeper's 14-1 though, so KZO on Keeper the Force, managing to do pretty well himself, of course, for the time being. But yeah, as expected, Salomon also having a great start right here. What's up?
It's fuzzy stuff on carry again.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I mean, Beaver Banger on Prisoner here. So again, like I said, it worked out last game, but
I guess the only thing that makes it is that Fuzzy Sloth must not be comfortable on hookers. It was Devourer last game.
That's true.
Prisoner this game. That's the only logic I can see behind it. But even then, it's a little bit interesting. But like you said, it worked out last game. Like I said, he's a great core player, so he can play off lane mid or carry as well. So
yeah. Yeah, Pebbles in the short lane sequence you're pointing out there, 4 and 7, but how many of those have been Mickey's Pebbles, to be fair? And what he's able to do with it. So, Ophelia running into a Swiftblade right here, as well as Moira. The haste rune spawns, and Swiftblade actually going to pick it up, going to apply some damage to Dr. Repulsor. See, Doctor is going to do his best to force him to kind of fall back right here. Yeah, Swiftblade doesn't want to get too overzealous with this. Again, has the haste rune, only level 3 though. Is going to be able to get in some good auto attacks, but I assume this isn't going to result in anything. In fact, he's now in trouble himself. Oh, he's going to be fine. No, it's going to be net. He's forced to spin, which drops the haste, and down he goes. Yep, living life on the edge.
One thing's for certain, though, that Dr. Pulse has already got far too much in this lane. Like, it's 280 GPM, and he's 1v2 against a hooking lineup. Like, that just doesn't happen. Like, it really doesn't. He's only got like 300 GPM, and he's 1v2. Like, one hook should be a death. Obviously, they used one out at the start, but they haven't chucked one out since, honestly, and he's been farming very, very well.
Yeah. 430 gold per minute right now for Mickey on top of that, so obviously things looking pretty good for Sync. Again, it keeps going back to this Salamon. He's having the free farm, and how much of an impact that'll have earlier on in this game than later. It also goes back to Sync, using not only the farm that they have, but this lineup that they have, and we kind of see it happening right here. Ophelia and Keeper meeting at the bottom lane with Doctor, with Pyromancer, or excuse me, with Pebbles and Pyromancer, and this is going to be an easy tower push here at the bottom. So counter push is going to be the name of the game for Nullstone early on, at least. Yeah,
early on, definitely. I think when they pick up like a Resto, for example, I think they can start taking team fights, definitely. Because all they need is one good hook from Prisoner, and I mean, before Mickey gets his portal key, it's going to be hard. But I mean, he's about 1,000 gold away, and it's already 5 minutes into the game. It's pretty ridiculous. But yeah, like I said, I think that already the one thing that's really going to be hurting Nullstone is just that they didn't punish this Dr. Repulsor enough in the lane. Like 300 GPM. They had their chance to really punish it, keep him like, below 200 GPM, and unfortunately they haven't done that. So
there goes the secondary tower. So again, the counter push is going to be the ideal, but they're not able to get either top or middle even yet, and they're not going to get middle at this point as the TP's coming in. So works out well for Sync.
Well, I mean, like there's no counter push here on Nullstone. They don't have anything that can spam out the wave outside of Prisoner Hook, and you said there's no split push either because they don't push fast enough themselves. And Sync, they're going to the base already. Like,
why not? I mean,
why not indeed? Like Nullstone, there's nothing they can really do. Like the one thing they have is hook from Prisoner, but he's just picked up Invis coming behind him now. Might be something.
Ooh, Pebbles got stunned by the Shards of Archon just before he could get the chuck off, and now Manabur comes out. Here comes Salamon as well in that ulti form. Going to do some decent damage to stun initially. However, Pebbles, he got ported back. Very well played right there, so they all stay alive, and even the rest of them get away. So very well played by Sync. And yeah, when they do come in to defend, they don't get any kills in the process, and the tower, of course, stays alive. Yep. But I mean, only 7 minutes into this game. The pressure's on
really,
from Sync.
And it's a little bit inefficient, obviously. Like, when you rotate over there, you have to get kills, because if you don't, then that's all that time you're not farming, for example.
Yeah.
Like, when you're rotating over there, that's like 30 seconds, obviously not farming. And when you don't get a kill, obviously, you do not get any kind of reward. So, unfortunately, you don't get a kill, for example. But
this hero, though, again, 440 gold per minute on Salamon. So, you might have mentioned this earlier, but so what should we expect to see the resto first, especially knowing that this is going to be a very aggressive game here?
I don't think he can. I don't think he has the mana to really almost handle the resto stone this early. I don't think, unless he buys a resto, unless he buys a blood chalice. I don't think he has the ability to actually sustain the mana for a resto stone. It's just far too much mana cost for this early in the game.
Okay.
Like, they definitely need to be taking team fights because they don't have the ability to split push, because they don't have like a wall beast or any good push of their own. So they are going to be forced to team fight, but Resto this early, I don't think he's going to have enough mana to do all these spells plus the Resto. So
that's fair, yeah.
I think that the only thing that can only make sense is picking up Blood Chalice and then maybe go Resto perhaps, but even then he might not have the ability to do so.
Here comes the middle push. You got to get through the front on the uphill, but he's kind of pushed out right there by Pyromancer. So it looks like Nullstone's kind of interested in maybe trying to do something right here. You see Keeper the Force though going up. Will he root? Yes, he will. He gets the root off as he got pulled in. So that pull could backfire. Dr. Pulsar flies in as well. Oh, he's in trouble now though. Mana Center comes out. Salamon is here. He doesn't have his ulti, however. Without the ulti, he loses a lot of his fighting power, of course. Swiftblade comes in with the spin. He is level 6. Nice pull on a Doctor, but a Doctor's able to fly away. couldn't get the shackle up. Pebbles, in the meantime, heal on him, or more so than Nature's Veil, but he does fall in the end. And actually the fighting power for Sync maybe lost a little bit right there, but Prisoner now, he gets stunned in the lane right there, and he will go down. Doctor flies back in, actually, so Sync's fighting back here, and it looks like it could be coming to an end as Cthulhu ports back in. No, nice stun onto Ophelia by Cthulhu, but there's the Ophelia's touch, though. He will fall in the end, and now the dust comes out. Swift Slash is jumping around, trying to chase them down again a little bit more, but I think that's finally it. No, again, Cthulhu with the trample. But Dr. Repulsor, the ludicrous speed, just too much. Hell of an attempt from what you got, though.
It's like 9 minutes into the game, man. I've seen all this action.
Yeah.
It's pretty ridiculous, but I mean, it's because Sync are forcing it, and obviously Nullstone, they don't have the ability to split push because they don't push fast enough, so as a result they're going to have to actually try and defend, and they're doing okay, honestly. They're like, they've lost, what, 3 towers, and they're only 3,000 gold behind, and obviously towers are, oh my god, portal key from Pebbles, but...
Well, interesting.
Hook. Don't
know what he was planning there. The hook is going to miss.
Oh, man. If he gets it, that's an easy kill on Pebbles.
Did he think that was somebody else? Because I have no clue.
He thought it was Salaman. He probably would have killed him, actually, because Salaman has Ghost Marchers, and that's about it. He's actually going Helm Blood Legion, though. Which I think I'm actually okay with, because like I said, they want to be taking team fights, and that's good enough tankiness to actually sort of deal with like a combo from Pebbles. And as I said, going straight into Resto, that's very, very kind of hard to sustain that kind of manner. So
yeah,
he's probably going to follow it. That's probably the same skill build as Case probably. So he'll probably go Resto next. That's what he went, I think, wasn't it? Helm.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly, but yeah, no, it was Resto on Casey. Yes, the first game. Now the GPM chart again can be a little bit deceiving when a farming Salamon's in the game. It's like he better be on top basically at this point especially. Yeah. So look at the double tornadoes coming out from Slapped in the meantime, being a good harassment here, and again a big push coming out. They have the plated grease to assist. Background, the big burst on a Prisoner, and he will go down. It looks like, yes, he will fall. Good to the Von this time, the trample, and now Salamon has his ulti, choosing not to use it just yet.
And that's just the portal key on Pebbles. Just like that's just literally the strategy of their strategy right now. They push in, they find one pickoff, and when one pickoff's dead, they can't lose a team.
Oh, Salamon gets chucked in. Can they lock him down long enough? Is the question. Doctor pulls him in. Yes, they can. Root comes out. Down goes Cthulhu Font. Swiftblade's also going to end up falling right here. Most likely, no. The Arcane Vortex comes out. Well played by Resher, but the damage already done. They get the tower. They burst it down. Wasn't even really burst, there's just great lockdown more so. On to Salamon. Pebbles, he is going to stay alive. Yes, he will.
That was so
that was beautiful indeed from Mickey. Oh, managing to stay. Look at the team support once again kicking in, and it was expected. Sync, they had the lineup for this, and yeah, we're seeing it kind of working here.
Yeah, it was really nice play there from Mickey. What happened, like, he tossed him obviously off, so he made sure that the leash range from Prisoner's ult, he did not impact him when he survives, but like that's like you just see the strength of Portal Key on Pebbles though. Like this is the lineup, so you have Sync, they've got a lot of push obviously from the Ophelia and Keeper, and all they need is one pick off to make sure that they secure a team fight and even a free tower, and they get that one pick off on Prisoner, and then there's no way that Nullstone can defend 4v5, and it's simple as that. And unfortunately they did not either punish the Portal Key Pebbles, but I talked about like the whole series we've seen Pebbles. Make sure you lock him down, because that is the strategy, that is the key hero in the draft, and unfortunately they haven't done so, and now they've lost so much already, and it's just going to snowball from here.
Yeah, it's not only don't lock him down, but if you're not going to do that, then don't, in a sense, feed to him. I'm not saying Swiftblade, purposely fed to him by any means, but he gave up a couple of kills to him earlier on in the game, and obviously
it's really hard. It was really hard as well. Like the team fight is just perfectly coordinated. Like Pebbles comboed into Pyro. Like there's no one that's going to survive that. And when one person dies, like I said, like you're not going to win the team fight this early on as well. Like it's like 30 minutes and they've got all out of towers. Like it's ridiculous. It really is.
Wow, Mickey's undefeated on Pebbles in the last, or at least after Cycle 4, point being, of the Grand Finals, which happened to be the only one that they lost. Yeah, that's true, but. He's been on a tear here, and again, that's the idea with Sync Esports. Lockdown Mickey usually sets herself up in a pretty good spot, but have not been able to do so here. But as a team, this is definitely a team effort here from Sync, and it's continuing. The hook gonna miss right there, so they lose a lot of firepower with missing that right there. Salamon, again, he has ulti form ready to go. Doesn't want to use it too early though. At the same time, But we saw like last time, if he waits to use it, he gets locked down, eventually killed before he can, then that hurts too. So it's about finding that sweet spot of when to use it. Now it's only 14 minutes into this game, so pushing into the base it is still pretty difficult, even with the team that they have.
Yeah, they do have Keeper and Affiliate though. But yeah, you are right though. It's cut this very early, but they're slowly chipping at it. But Prisoner should be chucking out hooks left, right, and center, and it's not. Like if they land a hook onto Pebbles, kill him, that could be like a team fight one. But he's holding the hooks, which I really do disagree with.
Pebbles jumps in, kind of missing initially right there. Takes a good counter pressure. Salomon pops. The ulti actually goes in. The hook comes in as well. Pebbles does go down. There's the root for giving the force. Moria using that arcane vortex. Pebbles, by the way, he popped back. He's already on his way back up here. Will they get here in time is the significant question. Everyone's still alive on the side of Nullstone. So yeah, that's what you're worried about if you're Sync here, because it's still early on, and a big hook from Beaverbanger right there allowed that to happen.
Yep, exactly. Well. That's what I mean. It's a nice play that it finally does like that hook. They're still trying to chase for more, actually. Can they kill Pebbles is the question. He's going to be fine. There's no portal keys yet on the side of Nullstone, but they got actually Nullstone, so they got Docs for regen, so they might try and look to reinitiate, actually.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely. In fact, they have the Sport Site spotting Salomon. Are they going to jump in? Powermancer's nearby. Doctor could go in, but it would be by himself and not the biggest follow-up, so yeah, decides not to. Using that regen still to get a little bit more farm. Going to be wearing off here shortly, but yeah, I mean, Pebbles buying back. It didn't result in anything. Also, yeah, slap pop back. Wow. Didn't even notice that.
You have to realize that this Sync draft is all in. It's very all in, for example. If this does not work out, they don't have the greatest backup plan, honestly. So.
I mean, Salma doesn't have ulti now, and that's big, of course.
Yeah, that's really, really big. That's the one weakness of the hero. It is a very, very high cooldown time. So Sync are really playing against that.
Yeah, in cases with a new and different hero, it's nice to 9 the tower, but instead, that's the point. Is that the other team may be like, well, we don't play against this much, but again, they played it in game 1 themselves. So it's
yeah,
safe
exactly.
to say that they're aware that it is a longer cooldown, and they're familiar with the hero and how much that really hurts his potential in the fights here. So Sync trying to keep the pressure up, but
I'm surprised. Sync are actually a little bit scared. I think it's because they don't have affiliate creeps. That's why they don't want to push in. But when affiliate has max creeps, then I think they'd be happy to push in. But by that time, I think like Solomon's gonna have his ulti, so. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised maybe they didn't try and force the issue, because without Salomon ulti, like, that hero does nothing, as we talked about. I think that's a little bit of a blessing in disguise. That Sync backs off, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, Affiliate doesn't have creeps. That's big, obviously, but Salomon not having ulti, I think that's bigger. So.
Pebbles could be in a little bit of trouble right here. No, he portal keys away before, and actually is going to be fine. But no, I agree with you. Yeah, I think Sync definitely missing an opportunity to, because like you were saying, I mean, it is somewhat of an all-inish, especially knowing that they're going up against a Salomon. And yeah, Prisoner also is not doing too shabby. Beaverbanger here, he's got a portal key. He's about 313 gold per minute. So, but yeah, no doubt Salomon's that big focus. 475. It looks like he is going Shrunken Head here, which yeah, you don't like that.
No, because like you don't need Shrunken Head. Like you're tanky enough from the Helmblood Legion and then tanky enough from your ultimate. You just want to make sure you have double ultimate. That comes from Resto Stone. Like when you saw Kaze do it in game 1. He went Helmblood Legion into Resto Stone because he realizes how important it is to have that ultimate and to have that team fight potential. Shrunken Head, yeah, it's going to make him tanky, but it's not going to help him when he doesn't have an ultimate. So yeah, I really don't like this choice here. Shrunken Head.
Because of, I will say, because Sync is really keeping them in their base. Again, the farm isn't the best across the board. And it is being hurt here, so Sync's accomplishing that at least, and they're maximizing the resources. I'm trying to think of like an item that they're really waiting for, though. Doctor, perhaps something bigger and better on him, I'm sure, is a start. Getting him that icon of the Goddess, which he still has a little bit off of. I think he still needs both the Glowstone as well as the Beast Heart. Meanwhile, top lane, Ophelia gets picked up. Pebbles trying to go for a turn kill, but the Arcane Vortex stalls it. And now he's in a lot of trouble himself. Trample right on top as he comes out, and Pebbles is going to fall.
Yeah, really nice, guys. Oh!
Well, he got really something, I guess.
Yeah. Still, though, that's really nice, though, from Nullstone, because, like, every one of these kills is so important for Nullstone, because that's really a lot where their farm is coming from. They have, like, barely any towers kind of thing. So it's really important that they get their kills, or they get their gold from kills, for example, because they can take towers later. They haven't cashed in terms of their investments, in terms of the towers, so they're going to wait till later. But yeah, and this really does slow down the momentum now from Sync as well. They had the momentum chance to sort of just go all in terms of the top, but after a couple of kills, they definitely can't do that now. So Sync have to sort of back off, play another game, try and control resources, try and take Congo perhaps next, and go from there. But this just gives more and more time for Nullstone to really get more items on the Salaman, on like the Swiftblade, for example. So, yeah.
Yeah, again, the fact that he did go Shrunken, though, is going to hurt him even that much more, because if he did go the Restless Stone, if he did go even more of a farming tool, I mean, he would be really skyrocketing in the GPM now. But, I mean, obviously he's still up there. It is Salamon, after all, 540 gold per minute. But knowing that he could even be better, and the Shrunken Head isn't going to do him a whole lot right now, is definitely a little bit unfortunate. But, it is what it is. Definitely kind of a hindsight matter here. And going to push out the bottom lane a little bit in the meantime. Top lane, no, Pebble's fine.
It's just the Shrunken Head it's going to be kind of useful so that he doesn't die, but I mean I don't think they're going to be targeted anyway though with like the Helmblood Legion and the ulti, so Shrunken is made a little bit redundant with the item choice. So I think Resto would have been awesome. He's probably going to go for it next, honestly, which I think is still the right decision to go. That would be very useful because then at least they have a lot more damage, a lot more teamfight presence. So.
You can tell, though, Nullstone doing a lot of sitting back in the base. Again, they only have the 2 tower kills themselves, which isn't bad, but you compare that to Sync Esports, who has all 6. But, that's where the positive does lie as well, knowing that they have a lot of gold to make up when it comes to the tower kills, and you see the overall gold difference. Now, again, you got to be a little careful how you look at that, because Salamon is just so far ahead that he skews it a bit for Nullstone as far as the overall impact here. But the point is that still... Nullstone most certainly they've kind of got they've made it over the hurdle here. They've made it over the initial hump. It's now can they really sustain this and eventually pull through in the end is the question. So
I think Congo will be the next big fighting point for both teams, because if Sync can get token on either the Pebbles or the Doctor Pulsar, that's going to be very, very hard for Nullstone to really deal with, because it will give Sync a good sieging mechanic, which they are kind of lacking now, seeing as they simply can't just sort of go up high ground and expect to take racks. So, but at the same time, I don't know if Nullstone can really defend sort of Congo, because they don't have the security of their base. So, hard decisions.
Salamon's pushing the bottom lane by himself right here. He needs to be careful not to overextend too much. You got Pyromancer and Ophelia heading over. He's still going, in fact. He's very confident now. Pyromancer shows himself, and you see Salamon even coming out, but yeah, with the 2 of them, I'm sure Salamon's going to be fine. So he's pretty comfortable pushing out like that. You do see over here Moira kind of distracting him a little bit, using that Mana Sunder on the Doctor, but in the end he gets the mana back, and good to go there. He does have the icon finished, of course, as we talk about. I just like how Salamon, again, he's playing this so aggressive. Pretty confident that he would be fine if he happens to be jumped down here. Might be a cheating game, yeah. Yeah, Salamon's always the the one exception, kind of like asterisk. It's like, oh, well, it was Salamon as far as farm goes. They're trying to be sneaky over here, but I think it would have been spotted. In fact, they're going to try to fight them now. Doctor, he goes on a Salamon initially. Prisoner does come in with a prison break, but Salamon bursted before he can ulti. Doctor Pulse, however, in response goes down. So pretty good trade, actually, in the end from our Hellborn team. And Cthulhuphon going to chase down Pyromancer here, but not going to be able to do enough. In fact, gets chucked back in, but the trample away should be fine, unless, I mean, actually, Keeper's coming over now.
No, I think he should be fine, yeah. Unless you get Mana Ring from... Oh, he got Mana Ring? That could be it?
No, wrong way. He's done the illusion right there. Pebbles jumps in the background on the Swiftblade, actually. Keeper the Forest. Root comes out. The spinning Swiftblade cannot do much. He goes down. Salamon is back. He bought back, by the way. In fact, he has an ulti form ready to go once again. Arcane Vortex. There's the ulti form. He jumps onto Pebbles. And Pebbles, Chuck, trying to stall it. It's not going to be enough, though. He goes down. And now Keeper the Forest and the rest of them are on the run. Without Dr. Repulsor, again, they lose a lot of damage threat. It's showing here. There he comes out of the ulti form, and Salamon doing some pretty good damage. So once again, showing off that ulti. Did buy back to do so, but hey, he still has another 3,500 gold just about, so.
Yeah, definitely worth it, because I think they would have took Congo if not, so yeah. And it's going to be something towards the Resto as well. But like you saw, like when he got bursted down mid, like the Shrunken just did absolutely nothing for him. So again, just the only reason why I'm sort of making it this big of a point about the Shrunken is because there is so little in terms of raw farm. Your item choices are that much more important to make sure that they're perfect, and the Shrunken just is not that one. it has to be the Resto stone. I mean, we'll find out if it's going to backfire or not, but so far it's not hurting him too much because Sync aren't pressing the issue that much at the moment. So.
Yeah.
Oh no! Why?
Picked up an ice brand.
No. He needs to have Resto. Seeing as he's got Shrunken Head as well now, it makes even more sense to go Resto because he's going to have double Shrunken Head, double ulti, and yeah, man, this is that could even be game losing, honestly. Because if he gets caught out, for example, or he uses ultimate, for example, and Sync are pushing into the base without an ultimate from Solomon, that could even be game losing right there. So. I hope he sells it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look... he's got Frost... No, he's not going to sell it now.
He got the Frostburn, yeah. He's going more the combat style. He's going more the right-click style. I mean, that's...
It's good,
it's
but
good
it's
and
not...
bad, yeah. It makes it more of a... It's a lot bad, okay, yeah. I don't know.
I don't know, like, it's okay if he can get 2 or 3 more items, make him actually into a carry, but Sync are not going to wait around for 2 or 3 more items and Salomon. They're going to go right now, and the best item for him right now would be the Resto.
Yeah.
This item build is going to make him more into a carry, but they don't need a carry at 24 minutes. They need a person that can team fight, and that would be a Resto.
I agree with that there. I was going to say, because, I mean, again, it is kind of the in-between of, like, you could look at it also, hey, so he only has the one ultimate, but in between the ultimates now, he's a lot more useful because he is going this combat build. But you are right. It will take a little bit more time before that combat-style build actually does kick in more effectively, and that's where the trade-off is because it does seem like Sync, again, their idea, their strategy, of course, is around the idea of sooner than later. So, again, I'm trying to get a feel for what item they're really waiting for. Keeper of the Force, Resto Stone, I could be.
I mean, I don't think they're waiting for a particular item. I think they're just looking to sort of control the resources right now. They don't need to wait for an item. They just control the resource which they're doing. They're farming Ancients, they're farming a bit of the jungle, they're farming all the lanes, and they're really restricting where Nullstone can farm. Yeah, they're probably... excuse my voice is actually going, but they are probably waiting on Resto from Keeper as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be a big guy to pick up for them. So, got the Sustainer, Arcana going to be next, and going from there with the pattern, of course. Courier actually flying on over to, was that it? Okay, Void Talisman on Doctor, interesting. I mean, I guess it is great against a prisoner, especially. So I guess that's probably the logic he's going for there.
Yeah, it's a lot cheaper than Nullstone, and he needs to have ways not to get shackled and obviously wrecked from Solomon and Swiftblade, so...
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So,
yeah, I mean, you have to remember, like, okay, Void Talisman is going to be crap 60 minutes into the game, obviously, but they're not going for that kind of style of play. They're looking to end the game right now, so... Yeah,
I was going to say, actually, Keeper getting caught here at the top lane. Arcane Vortex pulls him in, and Salomon, plenty of time to come over and assist. Will he ulti? No, they don't even want to go for it. Again, it is Keeper. He had the invis, I guess, and enough to get away. So, yeah, Arcane Vortex kind of wasted right there, and Sync may pick up on that. I mean, that's a fairly decent ultimate to try for something, perhaps. Kongor's up, as you talk about. Wardicite is about to despawn here from Resher. So it will be blind there as far as vision goes. But yeah, Doctor, going that Void Talisman pick. I was going to say about 1340 gold he invested into it. Is that worth it? But you are right, especially.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, though, like, you can sort of tell how desperate Sync are getting. Well, not desperate per se, but how all in they are if they're going Void Talisman on Doctor Repulsor. Like, who does that? No one, kind of thing. It's because it gives him good, or helps him out, as in right now, but not very useful in the next 10 minutes or so. But yeah, they're probably waiting for Resto and Keeper, and then perhaps try and find a pick and then go from there. But
now it is worth pointing out again. I honestly can't say I was actually too familiar with this, but the cosmic cleave, it does actually scale based on the attack damage. So there is that little bit more of justification that you do enhance the Q as a result of combat.
Same goes for ulti as well. When he cleaves, it's percentage based as well. But still, Resto is still a lot better, without a doubt. But if the game is delayed by 15 minutes, I mean, it's probably better to go this build. I still think Resto is core on the hero. Even if you get it 50 minutes into the game, I think it's still useful because then you have 2 ultis in a team fight. Like, it only lasts 20 seconds, which it's pretty 1.5 is what's needed for a team fight. So.
Middle lane, Salomon. Doctor's hanging around the invis. Okay, this is big. They kill Salamon here. They can really make something. He just bought the Dombury. He's not going to have a buyback. Here we go. Will they have the upfront damage? It looks like they should maybe. No, they do not. He pops a Shrunken, and now he's in ulti form, and here comes the turn. Pebble's in trouble. Good through the front is dropping. He's going to be fine. You look at Salamon, however. He's still good to go big time. Stun onto Ophelia. Down goes Ophelia. Swift Slash is bouncing around. Pyromancer tablet over the ledge. He'll be fine for now. Dr. Pulsar, though, he comes back. Caught by the Arcane Vortex, but no one really chasing him. Keeper Root comes out. Goes for the kill to Salamon, and it will kill him. He got out of ulti form, and obviously that's where he's exposed. Yeah. And so he overstayed his welcome right there. And now Swiftblade's going to drop. So it was such a beautiful start for Nullstone because of staying alive initially. Then the ulti wore off, and then he was exposed.
That's why, yeah, if he has Resto Stone there, he wins that team fight because he does not have the ability to get bursted down. Because R3 is, he loses the first one, he picks up another one, and then they can turn. But instead, Sync knew that he only had one ultimate, and he had very low HP as well. So when he came out of it, they just killed him. So Resto Stone clearly showing that it would have been probably the better choice just in that instance anyway.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I think that they still can't actually push into the base though. So that's one good thing. They've still got their racks. So the later this goes on, I think they're still in favour it's going to be in Nullstone. So.
Oh yeah.
So they're still good. I mean, if they lose racks, then yeah, it's going to be very hard. But for as of right now, the Dawnbringer is pretty paying off because he's going to be farming a lot faster as well with the Dawnbringer instead of the rest.
Yeah,
so
you can tell that Sync's game plan is like obviously try to upfront burst him. If it doesn't work, then just spread. And then just try to run away, get away from his ulti form as much as you can, and try to delay it until he's, of course, to go back to the regular form, of course, especially since he doesn't have the Resto. When he gets the Resto, that game plan very likely going to change because you're not likely going to outlast 2 of his ultimates. Is safe to say. So another reason why, yeah, it's pretty important. Now he has another 1,500 gold saved out. You would have to think now with the Dawnbringer.
I hope so. I really hope so.
Stone is very likely going to be next in line, but we'll see what Fuzzy Sloth does go for here. How about Insania, by the way? 1-0-11. He's doing fantastic. 338 gold from on your support. He almost has a sheep stick. He has a tablet already, steam boots.
That's pretty sick, actually.
Yeah. Resto Stone finished by Keeper, by the way. Yeah, she just got that, so talking about a pretty significant item there. Moira going to come with the illusion, trying to destroy the regen rune. One more? No. Keeper the Force kills it. And Doctor flies in and will pick it up, so good attempt by Moira, but no cigar, says Keeper the Force. Again, he gets the Resto Stone delivered now. Pyromancer going to be ported back by Ophelia as he finishes off the last creep wave, so still a little bit from that sheep stick, but the fact that he's even close to it with a tablet for a main support, pretty damn crazy. That's just, again, the overall farm for this team is really good. But the GP I'm trying to get, it's funky to look at because he got Salamon just way up there as he does. And it does have a lot to do with the Sync's lineup, too, to be fair. I mean, they didn't go the hard carry, which they rarely do. They went a very aggressive, again, kind of olden-ish push lineup. Now, Keeper does get caught here, and he's going to get killed. And I believe so, at least. Yeah, he will get killed. He had roots, of course, but by himself would not have done much. So good find there, and he doesn't have a buyback, and this could be Kongor, actually. See if Nullstone heads over that direction or not. I mean, it seems like with a double root Keeper down, this is your big chance to maybe go for a Kongor kill. They're not going to, though, so never mind.
Yeah, it makes sense, though. If they took Token, or if they try and take Kongor, they're probably going to lose racks, because Sync were actually split pushing there, so... But still a good pick though. Again, just delays the push, which is really what Nullstone are still looking for. So
yeah,
I think they have to be delaying for Resto in terms of Nullstone. Like, they have to try and delay before Resto. And then after that, that's when they can start taking control of this game. Can control the map a little bit better. Can control the resources. But until then, that they are still.
Oh, that's a big catch on a Doctor, and the shackle comes out, and he will fall. Nullstone getting a couple of picks here and there, and I don't know, I feel like Sync's kind of lost their window.
They definitely have. Like, you've gone Void Talisman on Doctor Pro, so like, you've clearly missed your window, unfortunately. They've got Resto on Keeper, for example, but, I mean, now they're giving a lot more room for Nullstone to farm, and Nullstone in a good position, and, like, I don't know how they've done it, but they have really held it on. Like, after that initial 30-minute push top racks, they held on to it, and as a result, really works out quite well here.
Yeah. Nullstone definitely has to feel pretty good because, again, it's only going to get better from here. Salamon is getting closer to finishing what we think to be a Restoration Stone, as he has now 4,500 gold saved up. So there's a top tower going again. That goes back to that logic as well. I mean, they still have all these outer towers to destroy to make up more of that gold on top of it. So,
I mean, one thing's for certain though. If they can beat Sync playing this lineup, this is going to be huge. Because I think Sync, this is probably the best strategy they play. Honestly, like the push team fight. Oh my God, Salomon, please, why?
Where did he go? Back to the Malphite? Okay, well, he's sticking to his guns here that he wants. I mean, we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it works.
It's working. It's working out, I guess. So I shouldn't really criticize it, but I just think Resto would be so much stronger though. Like you said, the last team fight that went bad, it's because they didn't have a second armor. I don't know. It's working out, so I can't really criticize it. But you know my opinion.
Oh yeah.
I've said my reasons. So,
I get it, but this could still work as well, to be fair. So they're going to jump Pyromancer here, as in comes the Shackle, and there's no chance for him to get away now. Eventually going to be killed off. So this is just pick after pick after pick in favor of Nullstone at this point. And again, it's not only just good momentum for them, but more farm for Salomon. Again, Kongor's up. There's no vision here right now. It looks like Immorta is placed.
Sheepstick was finished by Insania before he died, though.
Okay, at least he got that, yeah.
It's a pretty sick farm, actually, to be fair. Yeah. Like, he's actually the highest farmer on his team.
Is he?
It's actually ridiculous.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 360. That's actually really funny. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty funny to see. So, 2,300 gold saved up on Ophelia, 2,400 on Pebbles. You gotta wonder what they're thinking now, though. That's like, again, they can only wait so long here before the inevitable big fight happens. And it seems like the sooner that was taken, the better. But they've been getting picked off here and there. They haven't really been able to, or even try to push into the base. Did he go Sustainer? Yeah, he got the Behemoth's Heart. And then he picked up a Sustainer.
So he turned his Helmlight Legion into the Behemoth's Heart, so he used obviously the
the
Beast's Heart, and then used the Ring of Health into the Sustainer. So that's actually a really nice efficiency in terms of his thingy, what he's done there. So really nice play from Fuzzstuff.
This is holy crap, though. I mean, he's going to be so tanky, and he will have 2 ultimates eventually. That is scary.
Yep. And obviously the Behemoth's Heart does work quite well with him, obviously, because him being a strength hero, he can take benefit of the strength. So
yeah. Ophelia middle lane gets caught out, but no, she's too far away for much follow-up to happen. So again, this was a very early start game, especially in the side of Sync. It's a lot of aggression, and understandably because of their makeup, but for the past 10-15 minutes, it's just been all farm, it feels like, and a couple of ganks here and there, and that's to Nullstone's benefit, of course, with what they're trying to accomplish here. So they try to find Keeper top lane, unable to do so, but instead they'll just push it out here.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting out farmed, obviously they're playing against Salomon, so that's one good thing. I mean, the team fight from Sync is still very, very strong, though, which shouldn't be understated. But, I mean, they've put in a lot of resources trying to make sure this all-in push works, and it hasn't. They haven't received racks, obviously. The Void Talisman probably be the biggest investment for Sync that hasn't really paid off, really. It's still going to do it okay, obviously, for as long as he's got it, but obviously doesn't offer him too much.
Both the pause coming out, perhaps strat pause on the side of Nullstone. Worth noting that the buyback situation, of course, Mickey out of buybacks here, playing the Pebbles. Salomon is down to his 1 buyback. He used that one earlier, remember, but definitely need to bring that up here. Getting that Restoration Stone. Getting close. Getting close to being finished now. So this is Game 3, guys. This is it here between these two teams. The winner will go to the Grand Finals tomorrow, and the loser actually falling to the Losers Bracket Finals to face Shrek, actually, as we found out earlier today. So Masatoshi, the ringer here, unfortunately.
That's impressive, though, what Nelson have been doing, though. They've been playing like this without a ringer. Oh, sorry, with a ringer.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, no offense to this guy. He's been playing really good, particularly his Midas game. Last game was very, very impressive. He had, like, some good plays, for example. So,
Oh, God.
Well, that would be awkward if that was the reason.
That would be really awkward and really unfortunate with somebody on the line here.
Because, like, I think they're in a very good position to take this game right now, so.
All right, well, yeah, we're going to take a short break ourselves, get this figured out here, and we'll see what the deal is. But so, ladies and gentlemen, sit tight. Hopefully nothing too serious here. Again, I hope that's not the case, and hopefully we can at least finish this off. But we'll see what's going on. Anyways, guys, stay tuned. We'll be back. Game 3, going to be continuing here hopefully shortly. I'll keep you updated, if anything, here on Honcast.
It's about damn time.
Hey guys, again, just an update for you guys. We are still waiting, unfortunately, for the player to come back here with the issue. There was the server on pause, so that's what you guys heard earlier. But just to clarify, didn't realize the music wasn't still playing. Anyways, point being, we are still in a pause here. We're waiting. Again, I mean, the worst case scenario, they would play 4 versus 5, and you know what's done is done. But hopefully, he will be able to be back here. I think we unfortunately only have one more pause to go through, so about another 8 minutes or so at the most. And then going to be good to go. So, anyways, with that said, stay tuned, guys. We'll be back shortly with at least an update, if not maybe some Han. All right, here we go. As promised, we are back. And all right, so just an update. As you see, it is going to be a 4 versus 5, I guess, simply put. He ain't going to be coming back. So they're going to grind out with him for the last 5 minutes here, and then eventually going to disappear, of course. Now, you know, they will be able to use his items at least, so there's a little benefit there. The Abyssal Skull, the Energizer, could come of value here for this Hellborn team, but that's, I mean, it hurts. It hurts being 4v5. Now, I still think, actually, Nullstone has a chance here. Even with it being 4v5, so
I think it's because Solomon can dish out so much damage because of the amount of farm he can get, honestly. But I mean, if Sync are playing this smart, they're probably just trying either they can sort of play it slow, for example, wait till Slipblade is actually out of the game for the next 4 minutes, and then go from there. But looks like they might try and go up top.
Yeah, top lane. There's the burst. And Pyromancer, you know, he was gloating about being the top damage. He continues that, man. 19% hero damage done. Top in the charts right there, and a big reason for that kill. Again, he's been up there as the top farmer of the team even. It's kind of really continues to be the case here. So, big find on a Cthulhu font. And picking him off, so securing that kill. But yeah, again, the Restal Stone is going to be finished here shortly on Salamon. And then, so now if you're the leader side, if you're Sync Esports, you know, it's obviously in their case, they should wait for Swiftblade to ultimately DC. Because the last thing you want to do is go into a fight and allow them to press R with Swiftblade and actually do some good damage. So
it makes most sense to really wait it out. I mean, they could even wait it out as long as possible because I mean, if you've got 5 heroes like in the game, like you're gonna be farming faster than 4, obviously. So yeah, they could really take it as late as possible. Honestly, it does change the dynamic quite a bit as well. Seeing as Salomon, you give him 6 item slots, for example, and he just doesn't offer as much as sort of a lot of other carries in that respect. So. But if Sync were really super tryhard, they could just wait till 60 minutes. Now, I'm being serious, they really could.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But whether they will or not is the question, really.
You know, I will say this, kind of some good manners by them. They were actually making the point that they would have been fine with possibly doing a reschedule for tomorrow. I don't know if that would have even been allowed, to be fair, because that was depending on the schedule and whatnot. But Nullstone was like, you know what, no, let's just finish it out. We're already this far, and it's not your fault. We're just going to play this out. So they were also making the point of, I guess Keizu apparently is feeling a little bit under the weather there at
He's
the
not
boot camp.
boot camping with him.
Oh yeah, he's not.
No,
But you're right.
He's not boot camping with him because he's actually feels quite ill. So yeah, I mean, if they can make a comeback like with 4v5 against Sync Esports, that would be pretty ridiculously big. But we'll have to wait and see if that's possible. I mean, have we ever seen a 4v5 comeback?
Well, you know, there's the classic. It was the first DreamHack. What was it? KD Gaming versus TXL or something like that. God, it's like one of the more memorable matches because KD Gaming back when Kabop, a player that was a big time player in the early days. And I think Hani was even on the team as well. No, he was part of Online. Anyways, point being, there was a 4 versus 5 matchup at DreamHack, and it was actually 4 versus 5 from the beginning. And the team with 4 ended up winning, which was KD Gaming. So it has actually happened before in Han's competitive history.
At the start of the game.
Yeah, it was 4v5 from the starting.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous.
I don't know how that happens.
I don't either.
I don't know, man.
They outplay them though. Anyways, but yeah, a little more waiting out. Again, a minute 20 before Swiftblade Ultimate will DC. Like I said, at least they will get the items, and there are 2 items on there that could be of benefit. So there's at least that they have to fall back on.
Yep, but it's going to be like a farm fest, like I said. They're going to definitely wait out to Swiftplay. Whether they wait out further than that is another question. They could, obviously, because they at that moment in time, if they do that, they'll be out farming because there's 5 heroes on the map that can collect resources. Well, there's only 4 on the side of Nullstone, but wait and see. And not only that, obviously, if they wait out till Solomon gets 6 slotted, then he's not going to be able to get anything else. Like,
to the top lane up here, he's pushing out, but... yeah, pretty risky to jump in. Again, how tanky he is. Has that double ulti now. You got to make sure that you have everything good to go. Keeper of the Force gets found by Cthulhu here. And actually, he's going to be forced to use his first route. Shrunken and popped immediately by Prisoner. He pops a Resto Stone. He's going to go down, though. Right there. So, Casey gets picked off.
Congo, perhaps?
Yeah.
I think they should, but there's still an item slot less on Solomon. I mean, I think you just go. Like, I think that might be one of the best chances. Like, there's no buyback on Keeper, but I guess they want to keep on farming. But there's Swiftblade gone, so
there we go. So again, the items, though, it's at least they can use those, the Abyssal Skull and the Energizer. Looks like Moira is going to be the one who picked it up. Now, the stats and everything do get screwed up a little bit when that happens, I believe, so rely on that. Although he was actually the Brown player, so actually I think they should be fine. I know it sometimes gets messed up if it's a player that's higher up in the chart down there. But no, it should be good because you happen to be at the bottom. Nullstone Gaming, or Nullstone picked up by Nullstone Gaming.
It's good, I guess, because the only thing that's going to kill him is burst from the Hellflower before Shrunken Ed, so I guess it's okay. But again, does he really need Nullstone when he's got Heart and Shrunken? I don't know. Like, he needs damage, obviously, and Nullstone is not going to give him that. I'm not a big fan of that, honestly. Like I said, like that, I guess perhaps the only way he can die is obviously if he gets bursted down from Hellflower Doctor, but even then, I don't know if he's possible to get bursted down. Obviously, with this is not going to be able to, but I don't know. If Pyro, Doxa, Pebbles all burst and jump on him from the Hellflower, perhaps they can kill him. So I guess it's defensive-minded in that respect, but in raw team fights, unfortunately, the Nullstone is just going to do very, very minimal, unfortunately.
Look at this. Salamon's like, you know what? I'm just going to go aggressive. He's at the point where, again, he's just so tanky, so powerful here that I guess he doesn't need to be too worried.
He's like 6 slotted and he's like 40 minutes into the game, so pretty sick, really.
Yeah, that post haste allowed him to run very, very fast. In fact, when it's max charges, I believe it's haste. Yeah, it goes up to haste speed. So another reason, feeling pretty comfortable. You're seeing Sania continuing to push up the top lane. I mean, Sync's kind of in an interesting spot, so they're just kind of split pushing here.
Yeah, they're playing it smart. Like I said, they're just controlling the map, making sure that they're actually getting more resources than Nullstone, because like I said, it's like 4 heroes that are collecting resources on the side of Nullstone, where there's 5 on the side of Sync. So I didn't think they'd be this sort of smart about it, but obviously they want to make sure that they get the win, so it's just the right play to make, really. There's no need to rush things. Like Solomon, the later this goes on, actually, now his effect is going to be a lot more drastically reduced because he's already 6 slide. You know, there's nothing else that he can really get. Oh, they might be engaged with someone to the Solomon, perhaps. No, they're just going to back off. Like the later this goes on, obviously Solomon, like his effectiveness is like he peaks right now when he gets 6 slotted and he's got a lot more farm than everyone else. That's where he peaks. But for Sync, they're happy to sort of wait out that peak. Get more farm on them. There's so much more room for Sync to grow. But for Solomon, he's already grown as much as possible. He's fully grown, man.
You see right there, they go up to the top lane and Insania falls back. So they're just keeping Nullstone gaming moving again, taking advantage of the numbers. You see right there, Quincy pointing out at me. And no one's really surprised. Again, a short lane farming Salamon this later on in the game. If we saw this hero more often, he would guarantee you have the GPM record. So, again, just with his skill set, that's how it works. He's up to 785 gold per minute now, so he is getting up there of apparently what is 816 GPM that recent game on the Dark Lady. Pyromancer, he might actually catch him this time. No, he's still a little slippery. No, he's not. He gets stunned as he's trying to TP. And Insania eventually going to be finished off here. Buying a little bit of time, but not enough. Now his team's doing Kongor in the process, so it's a good distraction overall. And this will mean a token on Doctor, so well played by Sync here.
I think actually Nelson, their best plot is just to go. Like they have to just go because, like I said, the later this goes on, that's actually more worse for them now. Because they don't have a Swiftblade. Like Swiftblade really was their real late game carry. Because Solomon is kind of a mid game carry because he gets so much farm. But so what they do now is the right choice to make. They just got to go right now, all in kind of thing.
This is interesting. Here we go. Pebbles pushing the bottom lane. See the Hellborn team falling back. Salamon joining the party. As soon as they do, obviously Sync falling back themselves. Give me the force though. He's in a bad spot here. I say that. Okay, Portake's away. Gonna be fine. Mora trying to maybe get up there, but
I think they go like I just don't see them sort of sitting back and farming, doing anything. Like not particularly when they don't have the Swiftblade, who was going to be their late game carry. Solomon has got all this gold. He's got like nearly 7,000 gold, and it's like he can't even spend it. So it's like I think it's because probably they don't really know what to do, honestly, because obviously who plays 45 in a competitive match? Like obviously no one, but it just is. Them farming is actually just the wrong decision right now. I think they need to go. Obviously, they'd be fighting against Token, which is bad and all, but still, I think they might have had a good chance, particularly when Insania was dead. But now he's alive, it's a lot harder, obviously.
3:45 remaining on that Token of Life for Dr. Repulsor here, so we'll see again if Sync is really able to make the most use of it or not. You got Salamon, so you brought up. I mean, he's capped. He has 7,600 gold saved up. He's 9 seconds on a Shrunken, so he doesn't necessarily need to rebuy that. I get Puzzle Box Courier, Codex Courier, like spend the gold, right? Yeah.
Yep. Or Demonic Breastplate's being built by Prisoner. Abyss was taken. I'm just thinking of only other auras. Oh,
we finally have a fight right here. Keeper the Force, he's going to be the initial target. He can't get the root off. And he's going to fall, so that was an ulti used by Salamon. 1 of 2. He has a Shrunken up as well. Looking to chase down this Doctor, but not going to happen. Again, he has the Resto Stone, though, so we'll be good to go. Keeper does have a buyback. Doctor background. He finds a kill on a Moira. No, the Arcane Vortex. Moira may actually live here. That would be something. She portal keys away. She's going to survive, and now Doctor's in trouble. Salamon jumps Dr. Repulsor. He's going to end up dropping right here.
They need a Mana Stunner. They need a Mana Stunner here from Moira if they're going to kill him.
They get it? Yep, they got it.
Nice.
Doctor's dead.
They need to go right.
Now look at the top lane, though. Yeah. They're pushing it in. Salamon jumps in, comes out of the ultimate. He does have the Resto Stone, I believe. Yeah. He already used it, I guess. So, yeah, down goes Pebbles. So they get the melee racks, but, I mean, Nullstone's kind of cleaning them up right here.
Yeah.
And now Ophelia's going to end up falling on top of that. So, if you're Nullstone, I guess, yeah, you just got to go. Doctor's not buying back.
They have to go right now. They got to go right now. They need to get something. They need to get racks, preferably. They're not going to get racks though, but they need to get definitely something out of this trade. I mean, they're in a good position, obviously, because they're winning these team fights still. But like I said, the later this goes on, it's going to be more in favour of Sync. But they're going to take mid tower. I think that's all they're going to get. But I mean, if they take this game, this would be actually insane. Like I mean.
Again, it's when a carry hero has 855 gold per minute, I can't say I'm too surprised if they do take this, to be fair. Like, I know Swiftblade, losing a hero Swiftblade is important, but we were already getting to the point where if Swiftblade especially was here, this would not be surprising whatsoever, in my opinion. Now, the fact that he's gone, obviously that changes it up, and yes, it's a little bit surprising, but again,
if they win this, I think the biggest thing is that Insania said in all chat that they are gonna win this game. So because of this, so if they win, it would be pretty sick.
Well, here's the middle push, and as expected, they get a lot out of it. They trade racks, and hey, that's huge for Nullstone. 11,000 gold saved up on Fuzzy Sloth. That has to be one of the most GP or golds we've seen saved up before. I know Angry Testy famously saved up over 10,000 one of his games. So
he has to build either auras or codex or puzzle box or all three really, because like, I mean I still think you probably sell the Nullstone really and get something else. Here comes the couriers though, so he knows what he's doing there. Codex puzzle box is on the
menu. You have to spend the gold. You don't sit on 11,000 gold, so.
Or sheepstick, yeah, sheepstick as well.
Puts a sheepstick on the courier.
And I'm pretty sure you can micro it as well. The Fuzzy Sloth is a really, really strong player. So.
Yeah. Or honestly, you know, have your support take care of that. Have Moira take care of that. Maybe it's not necessarily as occupied on certain things in the fight. So
that's true.
Whoever it is, but now they got the sheepstick courier. So in a sense, they fifth man, you could say. Bringing a sheepstick to the table. No damage, but still provides that crowd control. But again, it goes back to Sync. It's like, I know that they're 5 versus 4, but it's still tough, man. It's still really tough to be able to secure a victory here. And actually, bottom lane, we're going to see a jump onto Ophelia. She pops a Storm Spear, but that's just a delay. Most likely Salamon running in. Oh, maybe not, actually. Good teamwork. Tapping a command away is going to be fine for now. Moira coming in, though. And most likely, yeah, they will chase down Ophelia. So she falls, but look at the top lane. Keeper's pushing in the range racks. He's going to portal key away.
Yeah, they need to push out lanes mid and top.
We got Pyromancer here. Yeah, Void Talisman doing a little bit of work, but not enough.
Salamon should be pushing out mid and top, and the rest of him should be going mid. Salamon will be able to TP in with post haste. Like, they need to push out top though, otherwise they're going to get really pressured by the split push from Sync right now. And Salamon's like one of the best counter pushers now, or best farmers, or pushing lanes. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But like, they're doing the wrong thing around. Salamon should be pushing top, the rest of the team should be pushing mid, so Salamon can TP in with post haste. But they're not doing it right now, unfortunately. Like, because they need to try and find a, like, they need to get racks on it. They're fighting against, like, Ophelia and Insania is dead. Like, they have to get something, but his team's not with Salamon at the moment, so.
Yeah. It's a little questionable. You see Thunderclaw picked up by Moira, but that's just for the counter pushing. She wants that to be able to help protect the base. It makes sense there. An odd item, definitely, but. Oh, okay. So. Obviously, the game has to end for it to be official, is what he's getting at, so we'll see if Salamon does end up there. He's 870 right now. And again, wouldn't be too surprising. So, yeah, they don't necessarily do the most effective pushes you're pointing at. You see the top lane still being pushed in pretty heavy by the Legion side.
Well, that's why I thought if all of them go mid and Salamon pushes out top, then all three are ready to take team fight mid, and then Salamon will TP in with post haste. But instead, they just don't get anything after some good, honestly, kills onto Ophelia and Insania. But it's another thing, obviously, when you fight as 4, like, you're quite immobile, because obviously there's only so many resources you can really commit, because you're one less man down or one man down. But like I said, they're in a good position. It's just like converting what they've got actually into a win, though. Like, they're getting pick-offs and stuff, but they're not actually getting anything out of it, unfortunately. So. I think Puzzle Box actually would be really good here for Salamon, because like, if he's going to like do all these solo pushes, then Puzzle Box is going to be very useful.
Could you see him doing something like selling the Dawnbringer and getting a Doombringer?
Like, it would actually work quite well, obviously, with his Q and his ulti, because obviously they're attack damage based. But I think if he's going to sell any item, it's going to be the Nullstone. Because
That's true.
I mean, yeah, he's playing against Hellflower, Doctor, and Sheepstick, Pyromancer, but is it that? I don't know, maybe it is, but I don't know. Then maybe sell the Shrunken instead, then, if you think Nullstone's that important.
Oh, they may jump right here. He's coming up. He's going to run into them. See Doctor they're going to the supporting cast. That's obviously makes sense. Dr. Post, though, he gets done immediately. And he does not have a buyback. Uh-oh. His team did not really follow him up the best. I think Prisoner might have stopped that as he popped the Prison Break in the background. He has Geometer's Paint, by the way. Interesting there. Got out of the Keeper route, though, I guess. Help with that. Salamon's going top, but yeah, Doctor no buyback. I mean, honestly, Nullstone may have just done it right there. That could be game.
That's fast to say, but still.
Yeah, I mean, they're in a good position. They could probably take Raxi. This would be good, but...
Yeah, and being down 2 sets of racks here, that is going to be huge, especially the one where they have lost them at the top lane. Now we do see get through the font going to distract if anything. Here we go with Salamon. Now he pops a Resto Stone, so he has ulti. He's stuck in the root currently. There's the ulti coming up. He's still rooted, though. The double root doing work. Nice hook back in. And Pebbles, oh, he gets sleeped on. Arcane Vortex stalls them. And after that comes out, you see Salamon cleaving them down. The lightning proc's going off. And I think Nullstone, again, they're going a little too deep here. Let's not get too crazy with this. The melee Rax is actually still alive, so Salamon doesn't have an ulti now. And he's going to start falling back. He goes right for the melee Rax, but no, he takes a stun. He will get it in the end, it looks like. And Prisoner also going to try to distract, but now Salamon going to need to get the hell out of there. He goes for the TP. Nope, Talbot's going to stop it. This is awkward, man. Now, he doesn't have an ultimate, so again, he could definitely die right here.
He's pretty tanky, though, and it's really fast.
And it's safe to say he has a buyback. It would be his final buyback, but he has plenty for it. You do see how tanky and fast he is, but there's the sheep stick now coming out. And that should do him in, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
He's got one buyback, though. Does have a buyback.
This is crazy.
This is such a weird game. I don't
This
even
is
know what
weird.
to think about it.
4v5, we have a
ridiculous.
Salamon with 860 GPM sitting on 10,000 gold. I mean, this is weird. Did not expect this one. To
But
finish
Sync
things off.
pushing mid, like I said, Salamon does have a buyback, obviously. That's something they have to realise. I think Kong will be probably the safe move here from Sync. Will it force a buyback from Null? I don't know.
Moria comes in with the illusion, is going to scout them doing it at least, but of course not much else she can do. She does put the Mana Sunder on a Doctor. I mean, again, Mana Sunder is so powerful against Dr. Repulsor.
Yeah.
And the fact that they have her and Prisoner to deal with them, it's understandable that Flensmeister's had a difficult game here.
Particularly not when you've got no Nullstone either, so it's guaranteed to work. So.
True.
Yeah, so I think it's probably the right decision here from Salamon not to buy back because, like, it looks like they're winning team fights regardless. So him wasting a buyback just to find a Kongo that he probably could defend anyways, there's no point. You might try and save it for later, kind of thing. And he's going to be up now. They gave token over to the Doctor again. Probably the right choice, obviously, as long as he is aggressive enough with his positioning that he does actually get focused in that respect, so it's actually useful. I mean, like, Prisoner is becoming pretty decent in terms of right click as well. Though. He's got Geo's demonic breastplate now as well.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him maybe pick up like some kind of strength item, either Behemoth or similar rage would be useful.
Oh yeah, you got the attack speed aura from Salamon helping with that, so.
Exactly. So, yeah, some more frame, but like, it's hard. Like, even though they're 2 racks up, they're still 4 heroes. So I think I'm more
You're stuck on
surprised
that,
with what they're doing, which is ridiculous, really. Like.
Ooh,
I don't
Cthulhu
know.
just misses a trample, but they know they're here. However, they're going to portal key away in time. Well played. Good getaway. From both.
If Nelson actually do this, man, like, oh my god, if they actually do this. Jeez, man.
It is
Jeez.
possible. Invis Pebbles. He has a Frosted Skull now. Ridiculous. This is going to be a big clash right here. Nullstone taken off. There's a lockdown on Salamon. Root comes out. Do they have the burst? He's so tanky. They do not. He pops the Shark ahead. He pops the ulti. And now he's going for the turn kill. Second root. It is going to come off. You see the damage, though. Dr. Pulsary goes down. Token of life, though. Bring it back up. He's good to go for now. So Salamon going to end up coming out right there. Resto Stone. No, he's being locked down. No, he gets the ulti off. But he's taking good damage. He gets a kill maybe on a Doctor. No, he does not. Doctor stays alive. And Salamon will end up falling right here. Dr. Repulsor. He is going to not go down as a double tap from Mickey, and they take out Prisoner. So Genocide in Sync's favor. So now they're going to push back bottom here.
Yeah, that token really was paying off there. If they didn't have token on that Doctor, actually, well, like, that could have been completely different. They were all very, very low, but that buyback actually from Ophelia was definitely worth it. Bought back, used ulti, it really did have an impact. They lose range racks mid, but they're pushing in bot. There has to be buyback from Solomon, it has to be.
You see the Sheepstick Courier right there. In fact, they're going to use it right there on a Dr. Repulsor. Doctor, Storm Spirit comes out. Salamon obviously bought back as mentioned, but the pour back on a Doctor, he is going to be fine. Not the same for Keeper, though. Keeper is going to hide it and again delay as much as he can, but he is definitely going to be falling right here. So they do get the final buybacks, both on Prisoner and Salamon at least. You see the double Courier here. Are there 2 Sheepstick Couriers? There are. That is fun. Double Sheepstick Courier. And a rebuy yet again of a shrunken head.
Yeah.
Salamon has spent a ridiculous amount of gold this game.
There's no buyback on keeper.
Is there? Oh wow,
That's
you're
actually
right.
that's actually really big. Docs has a buyback, to be fair, but I mean 4v4, like they have to go. They have to use this middle.
I mean, this is it here. This has to be it as far as like a play to try to finish a game. Nullstone, a big opportunity. That double root has been doing the work. They go right up the middle. They find Dr. Pulsar. Sheep on a Salamon off the bat. There's the counter Sheep on a Dr. Pulsar. Big burst. They take out Prisoner off the bat. And Salamon's been locked down for a good chunk of this. He finally comes out. Storm Spirit up. He doesn't have his ulti. And he may fall right here, actually. Barely alive. It doesn't look like for Lion, though. And now it's Sync Esports. Oh, my God. He's still alive, actually. Arcane Vortex in the background trying to stall him. Can he TP away? He can.
Oh, man.
Are you kidding me? I thought he was dead for sure. How
Still
on
there.
earth did he live?
Yeah, I mean, without having ultimate, though, very, very weak, clearly.
Yeah.
Like, he did like nothing, actually, without an ultimate, so... He needs an ultimate, obviously, to be useful in team fights. That's for sure.
Yeah, he does. It's going to be up here. Resto Stone got about 60 seconds, though, so we'll only have the one ulti. Look at Pebbles, man. That was a brutalizer. Man, he is hitting.
They just want
freaking
extra.
himself.
They just want lockdown on the Solomon Shrunken Head. It makes sense, really.
Yeah. So now Sync Esports going to capitalize, and no Prisoner doesn't have a buyback. Mora does, but no, she doesn't. Actually doesn't have to go for it. Cthulhu Font and Salamon for now. Going to do what they can to defend this off. It's difficult, though. Getting ulti on Salamon helps, but yeah, they're at least going to give up the tower. The racks are going to fall shortly after that, so yeah, they're going to give up both. Choosing not to defend. Cthulhu Font does go in a little bit later on. You see Salamon, though, he's uncertain. He doesn't want to. He says, I'm sorry, I can't do it. Oh, he gets caught by the trees! That could have been really awkward, but they get the job done. Prisoner, the hook, and will miss, unfortunately. And that'll be the end of that exchange. So Sync does enough to take out the middle racks. They're still chasing, though. Mora comes in with the illusion. Cannot chase them close enough, though. Although Salamon, again, he's running near haste right here. Pretty damn fast. Cannot chase him down either. You look at the base, though. Taking some good damage. Mora's already back here. And especially Nullstone, they're constantly having to go back for that. Yeah, look to defend this. So double Sheepstick Courier. Even that's still not enough yet for Nullstone. This is just going to be... I don't know what to expect with this end, man. It's going to be absurd.
I have no idea. I mean, 2 racks either side, 5v4. I mean, it's getting to the late stage of the game, though, break. Like, 60 minutes into the game, Solomon's effectiveness, unfortunately, just isn't threatening enough. Like, Pebbles is practically maxed out. Dr. Pulsar is closing in on that mark as well. He's got 5.5k HP. Gold saved up as well. Resto keeper with Sheepstick. Like, it's all Ophelia, though.
Yeah, she got caught initially, but she actually dodged the trample stun. She's still trying to get away. Nice Storm Spirit onto the Moira Illusion. Cthulhu Font, he has another trample up, and he misses it again. Ophelia is just too dodgy now. She doesn't have a TP, so I think inevitably may fall, but he's making them use a lot of resources and a lot of time to get this kill. Finally, Prisoner joins the party, and they will kill off Ophelia. So, well played there, middle lane. Salamon, he gets dumped by Doctor. Nice job with the Arcane Vortex, though. And they're going to try to turn this, maybe? Doctor, Sheepstick comes out. There's the Mana Center. Oh, my God, Doctor's dead again. Now he has 2 buybacks.
They should definitely force it, though.
They did get an ulti out of Salamon, so I think actually Sync kind of happy with that, honestly. He will have a Resto Stone, of course, but that's 1 ulti down for him in the next fight.
True.
You look at the bottom lane.
Ophelia, no buyback, so it's still 4v4, even if Doctor buys back, so...
It is. Obviously, they got the middle. Now, I would think they should go for bottom here. I mean, the range rack's top, sure,
Yeah.
that's good, but probably want to prioritize that bottom, and it looks like that's the direction they're heading. Maybe? No, maybe not. Salamon instead going up top. What is this? Sheepstick going to pick up Brand on the ground. The courier, I guess, got picked off. Anyways, Pebbles, he jumps in. He gets countered himself. You do see Salamon. He's waiting to use the ultimate. He doesn't want to have to use it just yet. He has a Resto Stone. He can't get it off. Well, that could do it. I mean, the Hellflower, I'm guessing, was obviously there was a Hellflower, right? Yeah, Hellflower from Doctor.
Yeah.
That prevented it. So now that could be game. Like I said, they were happy that I used the 1 ultimate, I'm sure. They had the buyback on Doctor, and now he doesn't buy back, so.
Yeah, no buyback, that could be it, I think.
I think Sync is actually going to be able to pull through right here. And we had one of the crazier finishes in the earlier series today that we've ever had. And this game is going to go down as one of the weirdest games we've ever had.
Yeah.
It's just so many crazy things, from the 4v5 to the Salomon getting crazy farm to Sync Esports having a huge start early on to not being able to pull through with it. I mean, it's just crazy all around. Pebbles, he gets pulled in. Again, they're delaying as much as they can, but they lose a lot without Salomon, it's safe to say. They're doing a hell of an effort at trying to fight them off, but look at the Shrine. It's exposed now, and I think that, again, it will do it. Root comes out. GG, well played. Sync Esports do defeat Nullstone Gaming in this best of 3 as they take the 3rd game. Whew, what a series, what a day. What a weird way to finish it off, but that's how it does
That was
finish.
so random, man.
As Sync takes it in the end.
Unfortunate, though. Quite unfortunate, because I think Nullstone were definitely ahead before Swift played left, unfortunately, but it is what it is, as you would say. Unfortunately, but Sync do take it, so congratulations to them.
Well, yeah, we had a lot of time to kind of wrap up there at the end already, but you have any final words in the series here? Any final words in general?
I mean, Sync played it very, very smart, even though Swiftplay did end. Like, obviously, they took it late because they realized that Sullivan would eventually get capped out. He would, lose his peak effectiveness, and they could still farm better, and there were still a lot more items that they had left to be a lot more useful in the game, or in the late game, for example, than Nullstone. So, yeah, just smart play from Sync, and just obviously unfortunate circumstances, but that's HON, that's esports for you.
I guess it can happen sometimes. So, yeah, unfortunately for Nullstone, it's got to be a little bit crappy feeling. But, hey, they were saying the good things earlier, again, when they're talking about possibly rescheduling, but they didn't want to. And they say, you know what, let's just play it out. But, hey, worst case, they got the losers bracket to look forward to, and that means they are going to losers bracket finals. Sync will be in the grand finals, though, and with a 1-0 advantage in a best of 5. So that sets them up pretty well. We'll see if Nullstone can get that rematch at least. Especially now they're looking forward to that. Or will Shrek take care of business in that losers bracket final matchup? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, what a long day. Over 7 hours of the stream and casting really all throughout, and not a whole lot of breaks here as far as that's concerned. So pretty much a good grind here today, but hopefully you enjoyed that. A good day overall. We will be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, again, 1800 at Central European Time. Shrek versus Nullstone. Winner will play Sync Esports in the grand finals here of the Onslaught event. So until tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, have a good night. We'll